So I like to find new recipes, of course, because I want to juice and I don't want it all. You know, I noticed that everything has kale, cucumber, celery. They're like the same 5 ingredients for all juicing. But anywho, so I love Pepe's salsa. So I was like, why don't I make a salsa juice? Because everything that's in salsa is juiceable. So I cut a pretty thick piece of red onion and I used half of it. I used a third of a really huge bell pepper. I used a bunch from my fresh plant of cilantro, but I love cilantro. So 4 nice sized tomatoes. Most people would probably core it. I did not, since I'm juicing. I used 1/4 of lemon. I also used a piece of seeded jalapeno, just for a little kick. Stirring it up both ways. What I'm also going to put in is, I use this to catch the drips, and that is not a Dixie cup. I avoid supporting all Coke products, however you pronounce the racist name, the racist brothers, that is. Anywho, so also for the spices in this, I use a couple of tablespoons of red wine vinegar, half a teaspoon of cumin, and then of course salt and pepper to taste. So I have sliced a tomato very much like I slice Creaky's apples for his red cabbage juice, and I'll show you what it's going to look like. Yeah, I don't know if I told you guys that I used a bunch of kale rather than the parsley. A lot of people have dilemma over whether to foam or not to foam. I don't like the foam just because when I'm just chugging down enough juice to keep me fulfilled, I don't really care to make my intestines even think they have to work to now in removing the foam, something I've learned to do is I'll stir the ingredients one way and stir it the opposite way so that anything that can blend will, and then I let it settle for about another 30 seconds to 1 minute because more of the fiber will float to the top. But anyway, as you saw, it got really clogged pretty quick just now. I was going to say is the reason it's so fibrous is because there was tomato, of course. So I really don't mind the fiber of this. It's just making my juice more of a chunky salsa. So I'm going to taste this. Yeah, that's good. I might just go ahead and put that in my juice. There's a little peppercorn at the bottom that I used in here. And now let me present this. Okay, again, I'm going to clarify that I chose not to strain this any further because the reason why it was so pulpy is because, of course, tomatoes, and tomatoes are pretty tender to be trying to juice. But for my purpose, to serve my purpose of tasting salsa while I'm juicing, this is it. Now, when I just tasted that foam, it was really good. So here I go. Shit, yeah. Ooh, I just discovered some shit. And I have just enough kick with this little piece of jalapeno, seeded jalapeno. Yes, I do too. I also stuck in a clove of garlic. Because I know when I make usually make my tomato sauce, I put in garlic. In fact, that's the first thing I saute a little bit before I start to make the sauce. Anywho, that seemed like a pretty significant step to omit, so I thought I would come back and throw that in for you, but I also inserted it into the appropriate point in the video. Alright, groovy smooches, y'all.